It's Vince, your host here on the Remote Accountants channel. It's good to see you guys again today. And many of you are coming from the Facebook group that I have that I moderate. It's called the Remote Accountants slash Bookkeepers group, and the businesses hiring them. Today will be about talking about two things. The first is a little bit about rates, because I saw a question in my group that was asking about that, so we can kind of talk about that a little bit. And the second part will be about job opportunities, which I try to announce in my group. These are jobs that people that come to me, businesses that come to me in the group, and they say they want to be posting this, and I take a look at it to see if it might be relevant. So I'll talk about that in the second part of this video here. And guys, if you want to stay informed about job opportunities or about tips and other things, make sure you subscribe down below. Hit the like button if you like this video and the content of it. I try to always deliver value to you guys to make your time worthwhile here on this channel, and so that way you like it. And so I just try my best to help out accountants as best as I know how. I'm an accountant myself. I've been so for many years, and so I want to kind of pass on some knowledge that I have and pass off any kind of tips, and advice that I've been given, as well as try to provide some opportunities through people that contact me that say they have job openings, so that way you guys can find those jobs. So let's talk about the first part, where again it's talking about the rates. And so rates again a little bit widespread in terms of where you may be at. So you could be based here. I'm in the United States, and I could be here, and my rate over here is not going to be the same as somebody's rate that's out in the Philippines or out in Australia. And so it's really going to kind of depend on the clients that you have within the area. For instance, in the United States, I could have a client over here that I could charge anywhere between $30, $40, $50 an hour. And that client will be willing to pay that if it's like a business that it's doing well. But you could have a client that is here in the United States that can't pay as much. I could have somebody over here that it would have to be a lower rate for them to be able to have an accountant that they can hire on. And so typically speaking, it really does depend on the industry and the client that you have. So the best way to kind of gauge it is to try to see what's in the industry. Like if you're in the entertainment industry, to try to see what other accountants in that industry might be charging. Ask questions of accountants that you know in those areas. And again, location's really important. Where are they based? Is that client based here, United States? Are they based in Canada? Are they based in a different country? And that might be able to gauge about what you can charge in that area. Keep in mind that if you're a remote accountant too, as well, that you can ask those questions and figure out like what's kind of the going rate, so that way you can be better equipped yourself on there. So I'm not going to use this time to talk about specific rates for different areas, because that's not necessarily the truth. The truth is a matter of you have to do a lot of research to the industry, the client, where the location is, what skills they're requiring. Are they asking for you to have a CPA? Are they asking for you to have an accounting degree? So all those things are going to factor in. So the best advice that I can give you is just to ask as many questions as you possibly can. Again, in my group, I try to have that availability to you guys, so you can ask those questions for people on there. But another way is people that you might know. Maybe within your community, you know different accountants that might be remote, or maybe you've met several through the years. Just ask them, like, if they know anybody who knows anybody who's an accountant in that field for that particular area, to understand what they could be charging. The reason why that's important is because once you get set up with that client and you have that rate set, then all your hours are going to be based on that. So that's why it's really good to try to see, like, well, maybe you can get an extra $5 or $10 an hour. And so that way, when you have hour after hour that's already baked in your contract, and that you're not looking back at it saying, oh, shoot, I could have charged a little bit more for that. And you want to deliver the best service, of course, to your client, no matter what the rate is. So that goes without saying. So again, just ask as many questions as you possibly can. My group is there to help you out. And the link, by the way, is down below there for the Facebook Remote Accountants / Bookkeepers group, and the businesses hiring them. So you'll see the link there. So you guys, if you're not already part of that group, you can join that group. But you'll be able to ask that question too as well on that. For the second part of this video, I want to announce the job opportunities. Today, I will be posting these at 9 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today is November 1st here. I'm here based in California. So Pacific Standard Time at 9 o'clock p.m. I will be posting about these job opportunities. These are not my own jobs, by the way, so these are people that come to me again. So do your own research, send out emails to these people, personal messages, ask questions, figure out if it's a good fit for you, because these are not coming from my side on this. These are people that just contacted me, and I'm just letting them post about their opportunities. So just make sure it's a good fit, make sure it's legitimate, all those things. So I always have this disclaimer before all my videos. So there's 4 of them on here. And by the way, become a subscriber on this YouTube channel so that you're notified first. That's why I have this channel in here, so I can talk about it a little bit and you guys know about it. So the first one is actually, they're looking for an experienced CPA for tax season, basically. This is going to be a remote position, and so it looks like a great opportunity if you're a CPA or have the skills that meet that. You could really qualify for this role. So you'll see that in the group at 9 p.m. today, Pacific Standard Time again. The other one is an accounting associate position that I'll be posting on there. Looks like a great opportunity for that person. Looks kind of more of a general role. Another one over there is an Australian accountant. This is somebody that has experience with Australian tax. Well, they didn't say it's taxes in particular, but it could be more of a bookkeeping skills that are people that are familiar with the Australian bookkeeping, basically, so that postings in the general ledger and all that you know exactly what you need to do to meet those qualifications. So that's going to be available on the group as well. Another one is an accounting assistant role that I'll be posting on there. And I always try to throw in some bonus roles too as well, bonus opportunities for you guys. So there's 4 solid ones I just mentioned there. Look for those on the group. I told you about the time, so you know about that. So keep your eye out, keep peeled, and just make sure that you apply to the role that best fits you. And when I talked about doing your own research, but in addition to doing that, also make sure that when you're applying to a role that you meet those qualifications, because oftentimes somebody will post something, there'll be a lot of people that apply for it that, if they're asking for a CPA, you don't have a CPA, well, that's probably not going to be a good fit for you to apply for a role when they're really looking for something specific. So just make sure that, when you are applying, that you've done your due diligence and research, so that way you can say, hey, this really does fit me and I can fulfill this role. Another factor of it too is try to be the first one in there, or first few in the postings, because the further down the line you go, the more that they might miss the opportunity to see you. So that's why it's important that when I do post this in my group, that you can kind of jump on and get to it right away and make sure that you're the first to respond to them as well. I hope this video has helped you out. We'll keep it a little shorter on this one, a little under 10 minutes here. And just feel free to hit the like button. Remember to subscribe. Leave me some comments too as well. And look out for these postings on there. And I look forward to the next video with you guys. Take care.